Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're digging into a story that's, believe it or not, 1,000 years old. It's a forgotten masterpiece that was actually written before what many people call the world's very first novel.
Yeah, you heard that right. Long before the famous Tale of Genji became a global classic, there was this other masterpiece. An absolutely astonishing fantasy epic, just packed with magic, music, and some pretty intense political drama.
So, you ready? Let's dive right into the Utsuho Monogatari, which literally means the tale of the hollow tree, and really figure out why this ancient story still feels so incredibly powerful today.
Now, this isn't just some dusty old story. We're talking about the secret origin of Japanese literature. This thing was a pioneer, a trailblazer that for the very first time blended these huge, grand myths with very real, very human drama. We're basically witnessing the birth of the novel as we know it.
And the title itself, Utsuho Monogatari, it kind of gives the game away. It tells us exactly where this epic adventure kicks off. Not in some gleaming palace or a busy city, but deep in the wild heart of the forest, inside the hollow of a giant tree.
So, meet our hero, a young boy named Nakatada. And okay, on the surface, he's living in poverty, but here's the thing. He is the keeper of this incredibly powerful and secret gift, a divine talent that's been in his family for generations.
See, this magical power is a family secret, a legacy passed down through 3 whole generations. It all started with his grandfather, who gets shipwrecked and is gifted this divine music in a mystical land. He passes it to his daughter, Nakatada's mother, along with this one prophecy: a child will come who will restore their clan. And she, in turn, teaches everything she knows to her son.
And this, right here, this is the core conflict of the entire story. You have Nakatada, a child of the forest, pure, wild, raised with the sounds of wind and water. And he is about to be thrown into a world that is the complete opposite, the sophisticated, artificial, and, let's be honest, often corrupt imperial court.
So what kind of world is he entering? Well, let me tell you, this is not a society with rules we'd recognize today. Because in 10th century Heian Japan, art was everything.
Just think about this for a second. Back then, they weren't fighting wars with swords. Oh no. Battles for power, for influence, were won with beauty. We are literally talking about an art supremacist society, where your ability to compose a perfect poem or play an instrument could determine your entire future. It was a political weapon.
So the whole epic plays out in these 4 distinct parts, almost like movements in a symphony, right? It takes our hero from his shipwrecked grandfather to his wild upbringing in a tree, then drops him into this intense love triangle at court, and it all leads to a single performance that will decide the fate of the entire nation. Okay, so after this miraculous reunion with his estranged father, Nakada enters the capital, and with his wild charm and this incredible musical talent, he becomes an instant star. And he arrives just as the court's biggest drama is about to explode.
Suddenly, the story completely pivots, and it feels like you're watching a modern reality TV show. You know, a high-stakes competition centered around a single woman named Tamiya, who is the most sought-after beauty in the entire land.
Her list of suitors is pretty wild. You've got the super rich, the politically powerful, like the crown prince, and, some sincere but kind of awkward guys. And then there's Nakatada. He's head over heels in love with her too, but he feels like his humble upbringing makes him unworthy. So what does he do? He just pours all of that unrequited love, all that suffering, directly into his music.
But here's the thing. Even though he doesn't win Atemiya's hand, Nakatada's journey is far from over. See, his true destiny isn't about romance at all. It's about something way, way bigger. And it's all revealed at the story's incredible climax.
So picture this, a massive banquet. The aging emperor is there, all the aristocrats are assembled, and Nakatada steps forward. He takes out his legendary koto, this huge traditional stringed instrument he inherited from his grandfather, made from a magical tree.
Now, listen to how the book describes the music he plays. It's not just a simple melody. It's described as a force of nature. It has the delicacy of ice melting and the raw, destructive power of a collapsing mountain.
And as he plays this secret piece, the one passed down from his grandfather, the very laws of nature just start to bend. The sky changes color, snow starts falling out of season, and spirits actually descend from the heavens just to listen. The music is so powerful, it shakes everyone to their core, washing away all their conflicts and hatred.
The emperor, completely stunned by this display of divine art, makes a decision right then and there that secures the future of Nagatada's family. That prophecy from the very beginning of the story, it's finally fulfilled, not through battle or politics, but through music.
So why should we care about this 1,000-year-old music fantasy today? It's an amazing story, for sure, but what's the real takeaway for us, right here, right now?
Well, in our modern world, which is so obsessed with metrics and scores and followers, the Utsuho Monogatari gives us this powerful countermessage. It says that true influence, the stuff that really moves people, doesn't come from things you can count. It comes from something wilder and unmeasurable, raw, passionate talent. It's a reminder that the most profound impact often comes from the things we can't put a number on.
I mean, Nagatada's journey is the ultimate proof. He started with absolutely nothing but his art, and by mastering that one single gift, he changed his entire world.
And that leaves us with a final thought to reflect on. In a world that's so full of data and metrics, what is the unique music that you and only you can play? That's our explainer for today.